off on those shirts that had.
Did.
That's what she's saying.
And these shirts have given us an award. They did. We got best uniform, what, year 4 last. All of us on the team, my name is Mandy, and I am the maintenance expert. This is Cody, and he's the collections coordinator. We have Dave in the back. He is our electrical specialist. We have Jeff. He is our team captain. He's not here right now. And then Chuck. Chuck is our coach. He's the one that brings us all together as we bounce around and stop. Come here. We have one. How do I do this? Okay. We have one state in the last 3 years, and are fixing to go to state in 2 weeks to win the 4th time. And our mission is to educate the public on the impact of the One Water Initiative for public health and safety. So what is One Water? So One Water is wastewater, water, drinking water, the distribution, and the collection system. It's all one big thing. When it comes in, it comes out. That is the One Water. And how do we get this info out there? Well, first off, it's by public recognition. We're out there. This picture right here is us at the Wings and Things event. That's a big second grader event where every second grader in Polk County comes. It's very high energy, overwhelming little to second graders. But that's where you start, is when they're young. This here is the Seven Rivers. This is John's story. He gets to be our mascot. He's so into it. I love it. Let's see. We have spent many years in hidden. Okay, nobody wants to talk about wastewater. No. But it's becoming a point in time now to step out into the limelight. It happens multiple times a day. Now it's time for the public to understand and recognize it. And this is what we do. We do this by the Operations Challenge. We do it by example of inter-utility cooperation. We do it by inter-utility cooperation. So wastewater and water kind of used to not gel together, but now we come interdepartmentally and work with each other, even outside municipalities. When the hurricanes happened, we had other people from other states calling us, hey, do you need us? Because we were competing in New Orleans at the time, and we, just like all of y'all, come back, okay? We come back, because this is what we sign up for. And there's other people in other municipalities were like, you need us to help. You want us, come on. That's one of our goals. Professional development. John's story, perfect example. When he got involved with us, he was a secretary, an administrative secretary, and he now has his wastewater license. So that's how he grew. Myself, I started as a trades helper, a lift station trades helper, and I now also have my wastewater license. Cody, he was in distribution, and now he's dual licensed, water and wastewater. So this BioWizards is a program to develop everyone and as many people as possible. The industry recruiting, that is growing the next generation. And we just did a it's a video will explain it.
Yeah,
It
it's video.
explains it pretty good.
But the concept is that say 4 people have to compete and be able to do it, and it's all about team building, networking. There was over 65 teams from around the world at this last WEFTEC, and so it helps really engage, visually engage people in our industry, because that's one of the things is we're very hidden. So I'll turn the volume on now so you guys can see the video.
Yeah, after the video, that's when we're gonna open it up for questions, so whatever questions you have. And then after the questions, we're gonna do a quick demonstration for you live.
All right, man, it's ready to roll. You can click on the video when you're ready.
Oh, I got the clicker. Wrong way. Go backwards.
All right, you go back.
Because I was backwards this morning. There.
I can make it start, man.
The Florida Water Environment Association, also known as FWEA, was established in 1941 as a state member association of the National Water Environment Federation, or WEF. FWEA's strong support of our utility operations staff is demonstrated by our participation in the Operation Challenge, a national competition event launched in 1988. The FWEA 2023 Operations Challenge event takes center stage here at the Gaylord Palms Convention Center at the annual Florida Water Resources Conference. Let's check it out. Three teams of 4 members from around the state will compete in 5 skills events for a chance for the winner to advance to WEF's national conference. The event is a points-based competition. Each team can earn up to 100 points on each event, and the highest number of overall points wins the challenge. Each of the 5 events is timed and graded by a panel of judges on safety, speed, and accuracy. The team with the most diverse set of skills has the best chance to be the victor. The first event, process control. The process control event is a 2-parter. First, a written test, and then optimizing the operations for a computer-simulated wastewater treatment plant. Both parts are done simultaneously and by all teams at the same time. This event tests each operator's ability to solve simulated process control problems, as well as test their overall general knowledge of wastewater operations. Each part is awarded points. The laboratory event, teams perform scientific lab processes and calculations from memory. Skill tests in these events are derived from standard methods that are used for wastewater laboratory analytics. This timed event tests each of the team members' techniques and quality control measures that are needed to produce accurate laboratory test results. A low time wins the most points. The safety event simulates a confined space rescue and the replacement of a check valve. The challenge involves setting up and breaking down safety barriers, a ventilation system, and a tripod for the safety hoist. This event represents the real-life hazard operators are faced with while working at a wastewater treatment facility. Time is of the essence due to the rescue aspect, so the lowest time gets the most points. A 4th competition is the maintenance event. Which simulates an emergency call-out to a lift station. The challenge involves troubleshooting and correcting any problems discovered. Also, preventative maintenance is performed on the station's equipment, including the pumps. This simulation challenges the team's ability to restore normal operation of the lift station while under stress. It's also a timed event. The 5th competition, the collection system event, is certainly the most exciting and a crowd favorite. It recreates connecting a 4-inch sewer lateral to an 8-inch sewer line. At the same
result, the action is often fast and furious because a few seconds can mean the difference between first and last.
This event challenges each team member's physical ability, as well as their skills at cutting pipe and installing repair fittings. After a morning of heated but fun competition, we spoke to each of the teams.
I personally like the camaraderie among the guys, working together, overcoming challenges, and get out, get to represent our company, what we do, and we try to represent the best we can, try to be the best.
Ops Challenge provides a venue of opportunities, latest technology. It allows us to do critical thinking right now, make mistakes now, not at the field at the plant.
Young people don't understand. When they flush the toilet, they don't care where it goes. We have to deal with that. No more water, no less water on the face of the earth, so we clean it, make it good, and competitions like this, it shows everybody and it showcases what we do.
The 2023 Operations Challenge winning team, the Polk County Bio Wizards.
Ops Challenge is the greatest thing for utilities, water, wastewater. I would say definitely, hands down.
This video is dedicated to our utility operators and technicians. FWEA recognizes their dedication and commitment to our industry. They are the first responders after a catastrophic emergency, like the Florida hurricanes that can devastate the water and wastewater infrastructure. They work every day to ensure the public has fresh drinking water and wastewater management services.
Thank you. My goal personally is for everyone to know who the Bio Wizards are. And you got your favorite football team? Your favorite football baseball team? You have your favorite football team, baseball team, all of that? Well, my goal is to have everyone support us. Like we're the Bucks out there. No, we're the Bio Wizards, and to be behind us and work like that, because that way you have more of an understanding of what's going on and support behind you. So what kind of questions? You got any questions?
We're not doing the presentation. It's still my part.
Sorry.
Our newest team members have to do it. So, one of the challenges to do what we do is, in order to make sure that we can keep a team together, it's one of the hardest things to do for a lot of the teams, because the nature of the program is a employee development program, so people tend to get promoted. We have several teams this year that are not going to compete because all 4 team members got promoted, and at nationals. And then in the case of us, every one of us that have been part of the team has been promoted during our tenure as part of the team. So we have a lot of challenges that are coming. Water scarcity. We have a lot of people moving to Florida. A lot of people want to use water. So we have a lot of challenges. So we're trying to utilize the program that is existing in Operations Challenge in order to forward that through this generation and the next. And yeah, now would be a good time for the questions. Now what I got. Yep.
What are some ways that we utilize our wastewater that gets clean?
So we use it, right now we use it for, mostly it's used for, we reclaim it and we use it for irrigation. We also send some of it down to Tico for their cooling towers, for cooling. There's also the pilot program in Northwest at Cherry Hill Water Plant, where right now it's being tested to see if we can turn it back into drinking water in a cost-effective way as well. It's only produces 10 gallons a minute right now, so it's pretty small, but it's eventually going to be, astronauts do it. So that currently, most of it is if not all of the water that we produce is used for reuse. And in the case of the Northwest wastewater plant, we have a deep well that we inject our reuse water into, and then we can recover it like we are right now while it's dry. We can recover that same water. So throughout the year, the water goes into the ground, and then we can pull that water back out for irrigation rather than have to use for the pump.
And one of the things is the DPR, the Rush-Cover Reuse Pod Project, is not new to the country, it's not new to the world, it's new to Polk County. There are other areas in the country serve our growing county. So we're having to look at alternative water supplies. We're having to go deeper. We can't pull it from where we normally pull it from, so we have to go deeper. But there's other pieces that we can put in that puzzle. Groundwater off the rivers, Peace River, over in Tampa, they pull off the Hillsborough and Alafaya. So we have to start looking at other alternative means, and direct potable reuse is just another puzzle piece in the grand puzzle itself.
So our beer is comprised maybe of,
Say that again?
our beer is comprised.
No, in other areas for their microbreweries that they have, like in Colorado or other states, that's how they,
We haven't done that.
Ohio has not done it.
I think I saw one, there was one little brewery county, or in Orlando. Yeah, that, it's individually owned, that they're promoting, that they're using.
I don't know, as far as, I'm all for spreading awareness, I don't know that that's what we lead the charge with as far as, hey, this is what we're doing. But I like the astronauts too.
Yeah, and that is exactly why we are what we're doing, is to change the mindset, because no matter what, we only have a certain amount of water in the world. So we start out there, we're promoting, we're doing all of those things, to help, you know?
There's another project too, Solid Waste is partnering with utilities for the, you may have heard the septic receiving facility that will be built at North Central Landfill. One of the products of that facility in that process very well might be reusable water that will be put back into the landfill's leachate treatment system as dilution water. So we're super excited about that and about the partnership between Solid Waste and utilities on this
Yeah, and
project.
that's it, even a better example of the interdepartmental cooperation that we're building here.
And that keeps it from going to a wastewater plant and going through the system that we have to treat, clean, to put back in. It reduces the cost at the landfill or at the wastewater plant. It reduces the wear and tear for an industrial level of product that comes from the landfill going to a wastewater plant to have to be treated.
And then it ends up in a pond that basically provides aquifer recharge for clean drinking water.
Did they say, I think when we did the tour out there, they said it saves like $2 million a year.
Oh, yeah,
By-
just the
by not
the
having
wetlands
it
leachate
on.
treatment facility will save at least $2 million a year.
That's just hauling it off. That's not the cost of the wastewater plant to treat it. Cause you have to put more chemicals in to treat it and clean it, so that reduces the cost, it reduces the wear and tear, it reduces the hauling expense. It's a cost savings across the board.
And it creates, all these projects create what's called vertical integration, so we're less dependent on outside resources.
I think they want to join your team.
Oh, no, no, we are. No, I love this thing. I love they are part of our team.
We're part of the coalition.
If you go forward to the slide.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a demo for you all, to see what, you just got to see in video as well.
We're glad to see this study has more clothes on than one of yours.
Yeah, so so we have each four of the events set up, except for process control. So after we had done with the demonstration, if you would like to look and see, if you want to go up here on the mezzanine, you're more than welcome. This is the dummies, just this rescue route. And we've got the maintenance set up with the pump, taken apart mostly. The labs is kind of boring to look at. It's exciting when we're doing it.
Since you said that, some of your team members have been promoted, so are you having to pull other people to replace them for that?
Yes, that's where Mandy came in. Mandy was at the bottom, we sucked her into it, and eventually probably in the next year, we're gonna have to bring another person in to work it. Some of the municipalities, that compete, they go through, 2 to 3 team members, every year, because they get sucked in, Normally we
Since
bring
we
people.
would love to have a second team.
Yeah, but that's the hardest part is the commitment level to what we do. Requires a lot of time, effort, and extra work outside of your normal, 9 to 5. So once you become part of the team, you're no longer hourly or salary. We call each other all the time, sometimes for several hours, talking about items that came up, changes, and things like that. So this is a picture here of we were standing in front of this mezzanine of St. Pete, Gainesville, and Jacksonville, Florida, which were all here a year ago to do a joint practice together. So we also had, during the hurricanes, we had St. Pete offer us generators, and we actually had 2 offers of assistance from teams outside of the country to come and help us during the hurricane. Colombia and the UK are the 2 that did so. Mandy, next slide.
Hey, while you're clicking that, seems like a perfect opportunity to pull in individuals from other groups
Yes.
to come and train them and get them set for field work, not just competition work.
Exactly.
Did y'all do that?
Yes.
I talked to, because we did the safety, Mr. Mosquito.
How's that?
I haven't, actually, you've been kind of talking to him about that, so yes, we can,
So the design of all of the individual events are designed to replicate field work. So, for example, the safety mezzanine, we're working right now on getting one of our staff certified by 3M, Free Confined Space, so that way they can actually instruct the confined space classes. Right now, we do confined space awareness on this, but we're working on getting where we can actually certify for confined space as well. Same thing's true when we have a new person start, they can come through, we run through. And when Mandy first started as a lift station tech, we brought her over to the maintenance event and helped her with, she got to see the pump go in, come together, go apart, without tearing it apart in the middle of the night, standing above a wet room. So, in fact, all the equipment was it's a competition equipment, but it's really training equipment primarily, and then competition is just the secondary benefit. So yeah, we're gonna do a demo for you guys now. If you want earplugs, I think Mandy got earplugs for you in case it's noisy. But yeah, you probably would hold them away. But it sometimes is noisy, but
It's a little,
take
absolutely.
pictures, do what you want to do. If you have questions after, like I said, we're gonna spread out between the events, so that way you guys have the ability to ask questions about how it works. The collection system is a repair that normally would be done in the ground, so it's simulated above ground in this scenario. A lot of people say, well, why is it so short? Why is the time so short? Because when you work in utilities, a lot of times you only have a few minutes, very short period of time. Perfect example is the maintenance event. Normally it's done in about 8 minutes. Well, one of the lift stations in the Northeast region will overflow in 10 minutes if you don't have pumps working. Less than 10 minutes, you'll have a sewer overflow. So,
And that creates a whole lot of problems.
yes, and that creates a huge amount of issues. Same thing with, because we deal with groundwater and it's not, we do Class E soil. In the case of collections, in a collection system, you have to be able to repair quickly, otherwise you'll get dirt in the line, etc. So from a time component, yes. Sometimes we're not as faster in that scenario in the field, but time is a component that needs to be done. So, and then we're talking about thousands of gallons poured out on the ground rather than just being able to get the pump back and running. So, alrighty, well, we're going to do the demo over here on this reactor. It's going to be a building of a tower and then the collections event. We already did the setup portion, so